Do not attempt the techniques you are about to see without consulting a professional. On this episode of The Dog Whisperer.
Buddy is extremely aggressive and territorial.
Buddy is scared of everything and extraordinarily human aggressive.
We tried to start placing him, and we noticed that he was aggressive towards strangers. Several of my staff members have actually fallen down walking this dog.
We have all decided that if we can't find him a home and we can't rehabilitate him, then the best thing to do is to euthanize him.
When good dogs go bad, there's one man who's their best friend. Cesar Millan.
No dog is too much for me to handle. I rehabilitate dogs, I train people. I am the Dog Whisperer.
I've had dogs ever since I could talk my mother into having one. I used to rescue all the neighborhood dogs because I didn't believe the dogs should live in the yards. So I would rescue them all and take them all to my house and give them baths and things. And the neighbors would have to come rescue their dogs back from me. They're just wonderful, wonderful creatures. I couldn't imagine not having a dog.
Sherry now shares her life with partner Lee and 4 dogs.
Yes, Oliver is our grumpy old man. He's the leader of the anti-fun brigade. Anytime the dogs are running around in the yard barking and yelping, he's barking at them to calm down and why can't we just nap?
Dolly is our princess.
Stella will challenge dogs larger than her. She pretty much tries to be the top dog, even though she's almost the smallest dog. Sherry and I got Buddy when we purchased a house, and he was left there.
I didn't know what to think, because I was like, well, you can't leave your dog. Who does that? Who leaves their dog somewhere?
He was in terrible shape. He'd been abused, according to the neighbors, and left outside for the entire winter on a chain.
And the yard was a mess and full of dog poo, and he had obviously not had the best life to that point. So we brought Buddy home, and Buddy is very protective of me, and he also became very protective of Lee. And he's very protective to the pack.
Buddy's protectiveness foreshadowed an even bigger problem, as Sherry and Lee soon discovered.
It was a little unnerving to realize that this dog was scared of everything, scared of every noise. He nipped at me once when I went to move all the trash out of the garage because I had a broom in my hand. That was the first time I saw him completely flip out. He had foam, he had drool coming out his mouth. He was shaking so hard he could barely stand in one place. He went bolting out the garage door. I bolted behind him and kicked the door shut so he didn't come back in and get me, because I didn't really know him then.
We think they tried to prune him to be a fighting dog by, treating him poorly. He was extremely aggressive and territorial.
And Buddy is extraordinarily human aggressive. The first thing he goes for is to get at their face and neck and chest area. Just about everybody told me to put him to sleep, including some rescue organizations. He was damaged and that there was no hope, and that dogs that are over 2 years old can't be rehabilitated. And I hear all that, and I just don't believe them, and I want to prove them wrong.
At first, I didn't really want to keep Buddy because he's so aggressive towards people. I didn't think that he would change at all. But when I saw that he was actually responding to us and getting better, it was so quick. It was about every 2 weeks he would have major changes in his behavior. I started realizing that I needed to approach him in a more calm fashion. And then he started to trust me, I think.
The way our life has changed with Buddy is that we are very careful. We have to tell everyone if they're coming over to let us know, don't just walk in the house. We try to make sure all the doors are locked all the time. That way nobody can just accidentally walk in. One of the scary things about Buddy is even if he's okay with somebody, hours later, once we get him okay with someone, he's fine and he looks calm, but he's not, he's stalking. Which is one of the reasons why he has to wear a muzzle all the time, because I can't have him okay and then stalk someone and bite them from behind. I have a lot of faith in Caesar, and I hope that he can see that Buddy has a very good heart and that he's a lovely dog and he can make him not try to kill people. Hi.
I love Buddy. Buddy is, I didn't want him to be here at first because Buddy was extremely high maintenance, and even, it's hard to believe it, but he's actually 180 degrees different than how he was when we first got him. He just tries really hard. He's completely sincere. I think that's what I love about him, is he's just very real. Good boy.
How can I help you?
We have Buddy, who is a very human, aggressive dog. He's scared, of course.
Who's scared?
Buddy.
He's scared of people?
He's scared of people. But his first reaction when he's scared is to attack. And he's bitten people. Thankfully, only just a couple of surface wounds. One pretty decent bite when he was in a dog fight, and the person who separated them needed 11 stitches right below her knee. We muzzle trained him. He does fine with the other dogs.
Also, he has good social skills.
Well, with our dogs. I don't know about any other dogs.
Oh, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because when they're just plain aggressive, they don't get along with anybody.
Right.
So that's pretty bad. So what is realistic for me to help you with? What would you like to accomplish?
In a mythological world, I would like you to go out there and take away his fear, so that he would know that not everybody is going to hurt him, and that he doesn't have to immediately defend himself.
Well, that's what I want to see. I want to see if it's fear or just plain attack.
Yeah.
Because that could be misinterpreted. You know what I mean? So you can be trying to help him with fear, when you should be helping with something else. What about the walks?
He's good
if
on
people
walks.
walks by, is he okay with that, or?
If they get too close to us, or if other people touch us, he's not okay with that. Or if other people touch our dogs, he's not okay with that, and he goes at them. So.
All right, so that has to do with dominance.
Yeah.
That we have to address, because obviously he feels you have to protect the pack. You know, so one of you lost that position.
Yes, and he certainly doesn't need to be the leader.
No. No. Because he's not going to teach a lesson. He's just going to make him disappear.
Bye.
All right, let's meet him.
Caesar asks one camera crew to remain inside and the other to stay behind the fence until he can better assess the nature of Buddy's aggression.
This is more territorial than aggression. Stand his ground. I'm gonna bring the camera guy. Okay, you ready to come in? Now you're gonna follow me. We're gonna Now he's a little nervous about it. Okay, follow me. We're gonna make him surrender. The whole point. See, now he's giving us his territory. He's walking away. We're not gonna take a risk. We're not gonna take the muzzle off. We first have to make sure we claim the territory. Ears back, head low. That's good. The growling, he's unsure. There's ears back. Watch out how you move. There you go. Because don't enter. But the good thing is he's not the aggressive type of pit bull. He can be bad if you move the wrong way. That's right back there. You go. See it? That's pretty cool. So you can protest as much as you want. There you go. There you go. Just me going into this position gives him access, so I'm not overpowering too much, you know, too strong. I'm taking over. I'm becoming his protector. I want him to trust. I'm the guy who can actually save your life, buddy. There you go. Come over here and join us, you know, because a lot of times when the owner come into the picture, that gets the dog into a very strong state of mind. You're right about the fear. He's definitely afraid of human, you know, and so they're going to anticipate that somebody's going to hurt them, and so they're going to hurt first. So, But in this case, what I did was just to claim the space. So here is my whole crew in here is not attacking anybody in here.
This is amazing.
Right?
So
for the first time. To be the first time, less than 5 minutes, you don't have a bad case. Obviously, you have not project yet the calm, assertive energy that you should.
Okay.
I'm gonna approach and see how you correct that.
Sit.
This is good. This is good. Boom. Stronger. That's a push. That's a push.
Just touch him or push him?
Touch. Sit. All right, come to the ladies right there. Okay. When you ladies were touching, you were in a lower level of intensity.
Okay.
He was in a 7, you were in a 3. So if he's in a 7, you have to come up with 7 or 8.
A friend of Sherry and Lee's, who has been a target of Buddy's attacks, volunteers to help as Caesar demonstrates the finer points of controlling Buddy's territorial aggression with outsiders.
All right. So what? Hold on. Okay. Hey. That's good. We gotta follow. So he was being dominant, territorial, but at the same time he was nervous about it. Now, him being a very powerful breed, anything that he do intensifies 1,000 times. All right, so just observation, okay? Because when she came into the picture, what you did was this, right?
I guarded.
Yeah, so you pretty much were not sure about it or trying to save, right?
I try
She
to
was
protect
here.
people.
Yes, I understand. But the way you try to protect her didn't have the right energy. That's what he went around you. So you didn't become a source of respect.
Okay.
It felt more like you were anticipating he's going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the message, okay? Every
feeding
time they
and
feel not sure, anticipation is you're not sure. It's just a bad habit. They were trying to address, but they were holding him back. So unconsciously, they were making him more and more powerful and sending him more into a pit bull way of being.
No, enough.
This particular case could absolutely be labeled as the most dangerous case ever, and people will put him down, and they will never give him a chance, and they will totally blame the breed. Instead, the human taking responsibility and really say, okay, what's the problem behind this dog? Because we have two humans who really want to do what is best for this dog. So we already have 80% of what we need. You know, humans who really want to take on the challenge. We have this. This is unusual. He lost the fight.
His tail.
It won't be fair for him to have his mouth. I don't have a mouth to bite him back. You know, but as you see, my approach was on the neck, touch, 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 and then psychologically follow through.
When I went to correct him on the neck, he just ended up kind of ignoring me.
Yeah.
Because I was too tense, or
and
not.
Obviously, it's not working, right? But what's going to my mind? Calm, assertive energy. That's it. What's going to your mind? I don't know, but you can answer that.
Yeah.
That's why it's not working. Every time I touch, I get the result. Look, every time we correct them, I always end this way. Never halfway. You stay right here with me. See a difference? Come on, you can give me a hug. You can just... See the difference? No touch, no physical touch. Good? Come on, just sit down right here with me.
Okay.
This way we create a different relationship. We were both attacked earlier, right?
Right.
Minutes ago, we were both attacked. Now we're sitting down with the attacker. Don't do that with humans, only do it with... If a human attacks you right away, call the police.
Nope.
As Sherry works with Buddy, she makes an important discovery.
Yeah, I just have to get rid of my frustration with him because I really want him to just do it and do it now. And then my fear that he's going to hurt someone else because he's bit her already.
I've been bitten. I can say the fact that he's muzzled right now.
Yeah.
And you're here.
Me too. Two muscles. One Mexican muscle, one American muscle.
When another friend arrives with her dog, Sherry realizes how her anxiety influences Buddy.
Just let it go so we can see.
Okay.
And I want to see how you do it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's curious.
That's actually not so bad.
Ah, no, that's not bad. Let me see that. How would you do? What would you do there? Yeah. Nice. Just relax. That's it. He's giving. Nice. How you feel? What we practice here?
I don't know if it helps get some of my confidence back because I was so worried, really, that he would hurt somebody that I was getting more and more frustrated. And just to be able to see somebody else be able to do it without me being frustrated is really helpful.
Yeah.
Next, Sherry and Lee take what they've learned beyond the backyard as they go for a walk.
I want them to smell to relate. Look, no tension on the leash. He can relate. He has good social skills, remember? He has other friends. The puppy is curious.
Daddy joins the group to model good pit bull behavior.
Trying to relax.
Huh?
I'm trying to relax.
You're trying to relax?
I noticed myself getting anxious.
Oh.
I think what I realized about correcting Buddy is there was some other fear than about where I was going to correct him versus how. I wasn't being brave enough.
You just pass by, forget about it. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Keep going, keep going. There we go. That was a good one. You see it?
That was good.
Yeah, it was a little like curious thing, but not like this.
Yeah, no, it was still curious.
And then
yeah.
her touch at that moment redirected my right away.
Yeah, he had a second there where he could have switched from curious to aggressive,
Absolutely.
but she got him.
Absolutely.
Caught
Look how, relax, relax, relax.
Mushy.
Yeah, he's looking, but you can correct.
Yeah.
Right, but instead you went into this look.
Yeah, it was like person getting closer.
I know,
don't want to hurt.
That's the old self. We want the new self.
Okay.
No, it's good. Are you feeling good? I mean, I want to take you there.
I recognize him a long way.
Huh? You okay? You want a hug? Give me a hug. I'm glad you're doing it. I'm hugging you, and this guy is still, he's not attacking me. Right?
Now he's getting grimy.
Yeah, he told me he trusts me, you know what I mean? I'm not here to hurt you, I'm here to to create balance, to help you to bring it out, right? Do you feel that way?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming because
good.
of the change. It's really hard to imagine that he could be this calm around so many strangers.
Yeah. That's what I love to work with dogs.
I just felt like I could breathe easier. I could feel my shoulders relax. There was a couple moments I actually caught myself not even worried about him. And I was like, oh, this is wonderful.
Like I said, you're 50% there, so what I did was very minimum, but just make you aware of the energy and certain things, you know, when to pull, how to claim, you know, what the meaning of it, follow through, all those things.
Thank you.
Caesar plans to return in 2 days to work with Sherry and Lee on a final behavior issue. Buddy's attacks on people as they enter the house.
Let's go. Take your time, take your time. See, that's a polite dog right there. Allows, you know, for me. Right, and then you relax. So it was a time when he looked at you, and that's when you said, that's what I want.
Okay.
But you kept holding the collar.
I didn't trust him.
Yeah.
I think I had lost faith in the fact that the dog would trust me. I think he does, and I just wasn't seeing it.
Caesar gives Sherry another chance to prove she trusts Buddy when he asks a stranger to knock on the door.
Nobody knew this guy. He was just working right next door. He was a carpenter.
My feeling was, okay, the person's coming in now. Here we go. It's like throwing dice or something. Let's see what happens. Hi. Come on in. I'm Sherry.
So he was a great soul, you know. He was one of those guys that want to do what is best. He didn't know why. He didn't get paid. He just did it for the benefit of a dog.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thank you.
We're gonna have faith in ourselves so that we can have somebody walk in without being attacked.
Next, Caesar asks Sherry to have a friend walk into the house unannounced to see Buddy's reaction.
Hello.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Come on. Let's do it again. The bark that he did was not an aggressive bark, was a territorial bark. You know, this is just for your near future. I mean, a lot of people ask me, what do I do when a dog charges? Go after me, just stop, relax. Yeah, but don't give in to it. You know what I mean? Because that is a sign of weakness.
Right.
Just claim your space.
Okay. Sure.
All right, let's do it again.
Stand your ground.
Stay your ground.
Okay,
That's
go
right.
back out and come back in.
Okay, I certainly will.
We saw a community getting together and helping a dog. And really, that's how we're going to help each other. See, you already created in your mind what you were going to do. That was your conversation. You know?
How you carry yourself in.
That's right. See, now this is total trust for you. You know what I mean?
So you could go
There's
pet him.
yeah?
He could pet him.
Absolutely.
Let's try.
Don't try, just do it.
Deep breath, deep
That's
breath.
hesitation. There you go. That's nice. A tip, okay? Just go back. Just go back. There we go. Now, when you approach right now, you approach in a very hesitant way.
Okay.
All right? So best thing to do is, see all this gap? So you're pretty much going this way.
Yeah.
So get closer to the animal, right here. See how he feels about you. Then you can send him to this, yeah.
Wow.
Otherwise, the approach that he did with all this big gap was very hesitant. Too soon, no. Too soon, look, right there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, take it all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Head went down.
Well, I've actually never been able to do it like this. I've never been able to pet him. It's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Caesar ties Buddy's leash to Daddy's collar to give Daddy's energy a direct connection to the younger dog. It's a great way to teach Buddy to trust another dog.
Now that's using a pit bull to help another pit bull.
Yeah.
That's what we have to learn about each other. They're in the zone. So the question is, when do you take the muzzle off? You know, obviously more repetitions of feeling comfortable, feeling relaxed, you know. He's doing fantastic. You know, so I'm not gonna take it off until he relaxes. He hears the click.
Mm-hmm.
See, we waited for the right time to remove the muscle. He's just looking. He's not going after anybody.
Okay. Look at that. Look at all these people around. It just showed that if we trust ourselves and that we kind of honor the moment, we can do anything with them. That's my boy.
Buddy will still need to wear his muzzle as his rehabilitation progresses.
America, this is a proof that we don't have to kill them, we don't have to ban them, we have to educate the human.
Dr. Paula Terrify opened the doors of Founders Veterinary Clinic in Brea, California over 20 years ago. She has always been willing to help out rescue organizations and felt compelled to take in a few severely injured dogs about 3 years ago.
I took the ones that needed medical attention, which was Katrina, who had been attacked by another dog at the shelter and needed to have some stitches, and Rufus, who has had a horrible case of demodectic mange. His mange was so horribly bad, so finally when he looked good, he'd already been here for 6 months. And then we tried to start placing him, and we noticed that he was aggressive towards strangers.
First time I met Rufus is when I walked into the kennel and he was barking at me and spinning in his kennel.
Rufus was in daycare for quite a while, and that sort of alleviated my stress, thinking that at least the dog was getting out and exercised. But a couple incidences happened where he did bite another dog, not seriously, but enough to where we couldn't leave him in daycare. He wasn't safe anymore there either. Katrina and Rufus, they're fine together. They actually like each other. Rufus is a special needs dog. We have to be very careful when we walk him outside. Several of my staff members have actually fallen down walking this dog because when he decides to lunge, he just pulls them over. And then having him in the clinic where he could potentially bite a stranger.
The people that he trusts and relies on for his walks and for his playtime is very, very loyal to. He's just a sweet, loving, very affectionate dog to those he trusts.
Rufus has had 2 shots at adoption. He just really bonded with this 13-year-old girl that came to visit him, who'd walk him, and the mother agreed to take the dog home and adopt him. But what we didn't know is that they had a 3-year-old child at home. In fact, it was the very next day that I got the heartbreaking phone call to come and get Rufus because he had growled at her 3-year-old child. When I arrived at the house to get Rufus, I found him laying on the floor next to the 13-year-old girl. They had apparently slept together all night on the floor. She was in tears. And it was just very difficult to pull him out of the house that I thought was going to be his home. The next home we tried, he was an ex-policeman, strong, big guy, and the first thing he did was lunge at the guy and almost knock him over.
We have all decided that if we can't find him a home and we can't rehabilitate him, then the best thing to do is to euthanize him. And that was a very sad thing. But
it would break my heart to put this dog down because I still believe there's hope for him, but we need help.
Dr. Terrify wants to give Rufus one last chance in the form of Caesar and his right-hand dog, Daddy.
We've kept him in hopes that we could find somebody that would understand that he has issues. But as time goes on, he's getting worse to the point where we can't introduce him to anybody new without him showing aggression.
Did he charge people, or is it only when people come into his space?
If you walk by his cage, he's gonna spin. If he sees you new, he'll spin, he'll growl, he'll jump at the cage. And outside, when we walk him, is where we have most of the problem because he's so strong and powerful.
When we walk Rufus, we walk him in the back of the hospital and on the side. That's pretty much where he gets walked.
Yeah.
If you try to take him further away from this area, he gets a little scared, a little apprehensive about where he's going.
So he's an insecure guy.
Yeah, I noticed that if I try to take him a little bit further out, yes.
That he ever freezes?
When I was trying to run him, I tried to take him for a run to get exercise, and he just completely stopped, and we walked back to the clinic.
So he controlled with weakness.
I guess.
Yeah.
All animals follow calm, assertive energy. If we're not being in that state of mind, we can't influence under stress animal.
But what if we're unstable? I mean, I think
Thank you for saying it.
Well, there's a fear. I mean, we've seen what the dog can do. We certainly don't want him to hurt anybody. I think the fear is we just don't have the physical strength to restrain him if he does, where the men do, so we're...
You see how tall they might, right? Not very big. So I don't control animals with the body, it's the state of mind. A cat can control a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
But you gave me a clue. He doesn't go farther than certain area. That's insecurity.
Yeah.
So if I tap into his insecurity, I win. Every time I work with aggression, it's not what I focus on. You know, I don't focus on aggression. I focus on what creates the aggression. All right, so right now the communication is, we don't know you. We don't know you, so we're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait until they go into a different gear. Every time the cat moves, he gets a little excited, so we're just gonna do it in a different way. Every case is different, so. There, see, I was waiting for that moment. That moment. That moment is very important. That silence part of it. So I approach, and I'm approaching sideways. You know, my approach so close to him has controlled the spinning. What we have in the back is an insecure female. This is pretty good. See, now he's showing his other self. Alert, typical Rottweiler, very alert. Normal behavior. He just yawned. This is comfortable, you know. Good sign of relaxation. There we go. See, I want to trigger that. I want to trigger more nose, more nose. But now, so now we're going to go inside so he can get a closer scent. And then I'm going to take him for a walk, because this guy doesn't know how to walk. So the camera, I don't know if the camera can come in yet, you know, but slowly. So I have done this many, many times when I know that it's an insecure case, and instead of giving a forward face, I back, you know, I give my back to them and enter into their space. And once you enter into the space, it's a psychological defeating, you know, but it's a very healthy psychological defeating. See, now we got the female here in a calm submissive state, but at the same time, she was giving the secret away. We're insecure over here. That's what they get along, because they have that in common. And of course, he is taking the dominant role. If you notice earlier, he was barking in front of the gate and she was in the back. That's absolutely teamwork. I have Rottweilers, you know, and in the past I had 15 Rottweilers, so I got to understand their language, because every breed has a different way of communication. So the most important part is that I knew the energy, which is animal, then dog, then the breed. So I knew him as an animal, he was insecure. This is what, you know, strangers have to learn to do. I know that is sometimes difficult for people to believe. You have to give your back to a dog. It's not every dog. It's not every dog. It's dogs who are insecure. So I don't have to pet the dog. I don't have to, you know, caress or give anything. Just my presence alone is triggering so much peace.
Once Cesar has earned Rufus's trust, he takes him on a walk to observe how he faces the many obstacles in the outside world.
So this is already a challenge for him, because we have sound guy, camera guy, the director. We have a guy in the back with a dog. This is a little fight. He wants to control. There you go, right there. There you go, right there, little insecurity. Nice. Woo. Relax. Everybody said, you know, if you go to the right, he shuts down. He won't go. That's it. You can't do it. And he's afraid of the cards. He's afraid of, which all of that was truth. But I was able to help him walk through, you know, and without listening to his insecurity. Because his insecurity was mild, so it's easier just to challenge him and say, no, let's move forward. First time that he actually came to this side of the corner, a little uncertain. There you go, that's better. Hey, I'm gonna give him a nice reward. I see a park right here, so that will be a good reward, don't you think? No me voy a pasar. Esto. There you go. See, when they're in that state of mind, they really anything else outside their world doesn't really mean anything. So there you go. I pick up on the scent. What is the reaction? Nothing to worry about it. They're supposed to pick up on people's scent and then tell you. So pretty relaxed. See, tail in the middle. That's really good. He's very curious about the place, not dominant. And Daddy is right there. If he was in a dominant state, he would not allow Daddy to follow us and try to pee over his tree. That will immediately create a dominant moment. He's in heaven. But at that time, he didn't really care about humans and the environment because I took control of the situation. So he wasn't going to take the leader position. So he didn't have to be insecure. He didn't have to be dominant. Not bad for 20 minutes later, huh? It's comfortable because we have been able to generate trust and respect. Right after my first walk with Rufus, I asked everybody to join me, and so they can see how I come into the environment and how I create the calm submissive state. Yes, I want to see the reaction just by you coming in. So you represent excitement. See it? Excitement leads you to friendship, not leadership.
Okay.
So when you hear that, the best thing you can do is really not to pay attention to that.
Okay.
So at this point, with the silence in mind already, you can just walk in and claim by coming in.
Okay. I didn't realize that I came with excited and anxious energy, which caused Rufus to have that same energy. So that was very enlightening for me, and it was nice to see how Caesar worked with Rufus and how that calm, assertive behavior can definitely help.
This is an area where everybody should learn to practice same energy. Everybody have to project calm, assertive energy. This is the best thing we can do for dogs, especially in a professional scenario.
Instead of avoiding places where Rufus has frozen in the past, Caesar demonstrates that guiding Rufus through these challenges not only calms him down, but also builds his confidence.
The first time he was more hesitant, but because he already did it once, what's different doing it again? See it? Right there. How's it looking from back there? See it? Look at the tail.
No, it looks good.
It's like a normal dog.
Yeah, he is a normal dog. It's just insecure.
I was amazed that he would actually go farther than I could ever get him to go.
So before we actually let him go in the grass, we have to stay calm, submissive. Okay, let's go. See it?
I've never seen him that happy before, able to roam around like that with another dog.
You guys have to understand that Rottweilers do look like that. He's not a bad case. He can become a bad case if you give it to somebody who doesn't have certain experience. Relaxing.
Why is he looking at us? Like right eye to eye.
He's giving you attention.
He loves us. He knows us.
Yeah. He's communicating, you know what I mean? Eye contact is a way of communication, so I'm just looking for some kind of feedback. Can you give me a feedback? If you don't like it, just ignore. But if you do, you can say, "You're doing great. My God, I never see that side of you. Wow, you look handsome like that." Perfect time.
To give him that reward of talking to him.
He's giving you this. He's giving you calm, submissive energy, 100% attention to your eyes.
Yeah, he is.
Go ahead, doctor. What are you doing?
Oh,
you already know him.
Talk to him?
Just come in. Just come in. Come in. There you go. You were coming in a little unsure.
I was always trapped between my fear of him and what he might do to somebody, and then I would feel responsible, and my deep affection for this dog, because I never had a bad encounter with the dog. I always had a good encounter with him. And I learned to be fearful myself. I let a little fear take me over because I did see him lunge at people. I did see him rip jackets.
Now for one final test. Tony Williams, a dental specialist, joins the group. Tony has been the target of many of Rufus's explosions in the past.
Good job on it coming as a
Do that and see how he reacts.
Okay.
So I'm good. Just stay right there. Yes. So at this point, there's no need to see. He doesn't even know he's here. You know what I mean? They can only do one thing at a time. I'm gonna see if he can pick up. Maybe if you talk. Right there.
I was in shock when I saw Anthony walk up to Rufus, and Rufus just sat there.
You see it? So the no touch, no talk, no eye contact thing works really good for this kind of dog.
I've never seen him like that with Anthony before.
He's coming from an insecure point of view, you know what I mean? So he really needs for you to keep looking at him, for you to challenge him. You don't want to challenge him. Right. You just want to tell him that you mean no harm.
All humans have to learn to be pack leader to all dogs so they can all block or redirect unwanted behavior. You got to look good. You got to walk a Rottweiler and a Pit Bull at the same time. It's a wonderful learning experience to anybody, and Tony just made it real. Just go. There you go. Go. Relax it, and it's nice. Nice. Good therapy, huh?
Yeah.
It has been within the last couple weeks that I think everybody was trying to do what we thought or what that individual person thought was best for Rufus. And for a dog that's unstable, Rufus needs consistency. The fact that we're all on the same page, I think is going to benefit Rufus incredibly.
Anything else?
No, thank you
got
very
it?
much. We'll work on it, definitely.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
It's astonishing that I'm in a professional dog situation. I'm considered a dog expert, and even I really was unable to help my staff turn the situation around. And today we turned around a really bad situation. Our hope is restored.
Man, you gotta go.
He's a good dog, and he will get a home, and it's all thanks to Caesar. Thank you, Caesar.
When dealing with an aggressive animal, I find it usually takes longer to train the human than it does to rehabilitate the dog. Sherry and Lee report they have made progress with Buddy, but sometimes they get frustrated at how long rehabilitation takes.
Well, thank you, Caesar. We really appreciate your help. We'll keep working. We love him a lot. He's a great dog, so we'll keep it up.
Don't get discouraged, guys. Focus on the process, not the length of time. Approaching Rufus with calm, assertive energy has made all the difference in his reactions. He's enjoying life at the Founders Veterinarian Clinic, but he still needs a forever family he can call his own. In our mind, every dog deserves a second chance, even aggressive dogs like Buddy and Rufus. Right, Rakim? Until next time, I am Cesar Millan, here on the National Geographic Channel.